Hey YouTube, out here today with a Golok from myparang.com. This is 5160 carbon steel. The blade length is 12 1/4 inches. Here's a size comparison for you with the Condor Echo Parang. Alright, so it's a little bit longer than the Echo Parang. And here is a size comparison with the Essie Hunglas. This is a very large knife. It's about the size of a small machete. This is the nylon sheath that it comes with. You see it has those horizontal straps that you can attach things to. I've seen people attach Mora knife sheaths to those. It has a Velcro retaining strap. Right, and that is the belt loop. Right, so that is the sheath. Now what we have here is a typical Bidor blade, right, Malaysian blade, and that blade is matched with essentially a custom handle from myparang.com. Now if you wanted this exact same blade with a much inferior handle, you could get that for $40 to $50. Okay, but with that special handle, this blade is around $100. Okay, they have different models, like they have one that's like an inch shorter, so the price varies according to the model. But this model, it's around $100. So you're going to say, wow, okay, so you're basically paying $50 extra for the nylon sheath and for this handle. Yes, affirmative, correct. $50 extra for that. So the whole question, is it worth it? You know, that question is the entire point of this video, because I think we can all agree that if you're going to pay almost $50 just for this custom handle, it had better be absolutely rock solid and dependable. And that's what I'm going to test out in this video. I'm basically just going to Hulk smash this blade very crudely into some large targets. I want to make clear this is not a video on how to process wood. And this is not a video on how to survive in a jungle, all right, with a Golok. We're just going to test this handle because, you know, before you can go play Survivor Man in a jungle, I mean, we need to see if this handle is actually worth the price and going to hold up. But I did find a very good video on how to use this, you know, in the jungle. I will include a link to that video. It's from Malaysia, and it's actually in the jungle. So if you want to know the finer points of using this as a tool and the parangs, check out that video. It's very informative. Okay, and at this time, let me roll in about 3 minutes of the testing footage. Again, just smashing the crap out of this to test out that handle. I'm going to find some appropriate music for this footage. Hope you enjoy, and we'll be back. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I have to say, I am extremely impressed with the My Parang Golok here. There is absolutely no wobble at all. I mean, this handle is still rock solid. Let's talk more about exactly why this handle is so good. Now, according to their website, the wood is beech wood, and that band is a copper band. Underneath there is a brass pin that goes through the tang. Now, they also use an industrial epoxy. This is a two-part epoxy especially made to bond metal to wood. And once this epoxy dries, it is like concrete. That's the only way I can describe it. It's as if the tang was sunk into concrete, and then they put a metal pin through it, and then that band around it. That's why it's so it's so solid. And I don't know, hold on. You can see the epoxy. That stuff is like concrete, right? So, in my opinion, yes, to have a custom handle like this, it is definitely worth the money. I mean, if you had to make this yourself, most people couldn't make a handle this good. Let's talk about the blade a bit. You know, I hadn't even intended to really test the blade or the edge, but I ended up testing out that edge a little bit just from hacking at various things. It held up extremely well. You know, I've always been an advocate of the 5160 carbon steel. It works for Nepalese kukris, Thai eneps. It works for some of my Ontario knives, which are made in the USA. It works for Filipino barongs. The 5160 works for the Malaysian blades as well. An awesome steel. So my final thoughts on this. Well, first of all, this weighs about around 20 ounces, so a little more than a pound. But for that weight, this gives you extreme durability and chopping power. The handle is definitely worth it. I mean, the first thing a lot of people do when they buy a regular one of these is make their own handle. It's almost a 1/4 inch thick, like just a hair shy of a 1/4 inch thick there, and it has a distal taper. All right, these blades have a distal taper. You know, this was not sent to me. I bought this with my own money just as you would, and I did this video for me, basically to find out if I spent my money wisely and if I could count on this blade. So this is highly recommended. This has been We All Juggle Knives. I'm out.